Hi, Ann Guion here. Welcome to another episode of Small Talks about Big Thoughts. Today we're going to be talking about flushing out the pathogens, and I'm going to walk you through an amazing study that I found about a year ago that I think will help you understand why we should be considering things maybe we've never considered before, or why perhaps certain concepts work and we didn't really know why. We didn't have all the whys. So I'm going to pop off right now and we're going to get into the heart of the matter. So when we're thinking about flushing out pathogens, before we get into the heart of the matter, what I'd like you to think about first is looking past legacy options. And what do I mean by that? It's looking past what you were taught in school or, but I've always done it that way. These kind of concepts keep us bound in tradition. And I think that gets to be really dangerous as we are understanding more and more about the oral microbiome. We owe it to ourselves and to our patients to become more aware of our options and why they may or may not work. So one of the key things that I've always understood as a clinician is it's really important to honor Mother Nature. In other words, to reinforce the natural physiology. Certainly Mother Nature's been controlling microbes a lot longer than any human beings have been on the planet. So the ultimate goal is to achieve and support homeostasis so our patients can be healthy. So this is the study that I want to share with you today. This is a study by Rodriguez-Herrero and colleagues that was published in 2017. So that's not very long ago. And when I read this, it just blew me away. So first of all, Rodriguez-Herrero and his colleagues said, we're using antimicrobial products such as toothpaste and mouth rinses. And certainly the goal is to kill microbes or bacteria specifically. And what we also know is in the world of biofilm, the microbes are encased in a thick layer of slime, and that layer contains nutrients and waste products. It's highly complex. But what Rodriguez-Herrero and his colleagues started thinking about were how the microbes are managing and how they're interacting. And what they found was simply startling. Apparently there are several anaerobic microbes. So those are the microbes that don't like living in oxygen. And most specifically, P. gingivalis and P. intermedia. These are really bad actors. These are bullies, and they're bullies in a sense that I don't think we ever considered. It turns out that P. gingivalis and P. intermedia, part of their success strategy is how in the world are they going to get nutrition? Well, it turns out that they will eat their dead brethren. Yeah, they eat the old dead bodies. All the microbes that have died because of the use of antimicrobial products, perhaps, but that are still sitting down into the sulcus, basically provide breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks for P. gingivalis and P. intermedia. Now, I'm not trying to take this lightly, but this is a really icky finding that these microbes have the capacity to survive because they're eating their dead brethren, so to speak. So what ends up happening is they become stronger, and P. gingivalis and P. intermedia, which are really nasty periodontal disease microbes, their entire virulence of their community is upregulated. And these researchers also felt that this increased the epithelial cytotoxicity. In other words, the epithelium is at risk if we leave these microbes down in the sulcus. So what's the point? So what I would like you to start thinking about is the value of using a device, a water flosser. And most specifically, I lean towards the water flosser that has had all the research, and that happens to be the whole suite of Waterpik brand products. Now, this is not a commercial for Waterpik. This was not supported by them. This is Ann's thinking as a clinician and as a consumer of science, so to speak. But the sheer pulsation and water pressure that a device like this affords, we know will disrupt biofilm and flush out microbes versus just swishing around some water in your mouth or using some type of continuous stream. So I can reflect back when I first started practicing, which was 1971, my patients who used oral irrigators faithfully, they looked terrific. And there was no way in the world that I was going to try and convince them to do anything different because they were already healthy and they were staying that way. So, what our ultimate goal is to help our patients achieve homeostasis, which is balance. And I'd like you to go away from this particular short talk, this little small talk, and maybe be thinking differently about what we're recommending for our patients and why. You know, if you've poo-pooed water flossing or ignored it or didn't think it was important, well, this research might throw a whole different light on the subject and have you thinking differently about the value. So I'll leave with you with that thought, and we'll have many other opportunities to get together. But the goal of these short talks about big thoughts is to drop in, give you a little nugget to think about, something that's easy to digest and to ponder and think about, so this you can possibly improve your personal outcomes and those of your patients. So I want to thank you for your time and attention. And I'll say adios, hasta luego, or how about just aloha, one of my favorite words. So I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for your time. Bye.